Hi, do you use Windows? Then do you know that you already have access to a free photo background removal app in your computer? Let me tell you what that app is and how you can use that app to remove background in a few seconds. But before that, I am Ramgopal from presentationprocess.com, the creator of Ramgopal's PowerPoint Mastery Program, a comprehensive and creative PowerPoint training program for professionals. Removing background from a picture is a painful task. You can of course do it in PowerPoint, but you need to do a lot of back and forth. Let me show you what I mean by that. Let us select this photo. Let us try to isolate the person from the background. Let us go to picture format, go to remove background option. When I click on it, this is the result I get. Now I need to make adjustments by marking areas to keep and marking areas to remove. Now, if I just click outside, you can see that this is the result. This is obviously not correct. So let us press Ctrl Z and then let us do that again, remove background. And then let us go to mark areas to keep. I need to select this and select this and select this and select this. Can you see PowerPoint is struggling to judge the subject accurately. So to isolate this image from its background, you might take anywhere around 2 to 3 minutes. When you go to Google searching for free background remover apps, you will find a bunch of options. The problem with these options is some of them charge you money for it and some of them impose restrictions in terms of the resolution of the final output. Fortunately, there is a free app available right inside your computer which you may not be aware of, and that is Paint 3D. It does a pretty good job of removing the background and it helps you to retain the resolution of your image, and you can do it for free any number of times. So let us go to Paint 3D. The first step is to open the file. Let us go to Browse Files. Let us pick up the same picture that I had earlier. Let us go to Employee and say Open. Now let us try and isolate this person from the background. The tool that you can use for that is Magic Select. Let me click on it. Now I need to tell Paint 3D the area to focus on in the photo. So I'm going to use this frame to tell Paint 3D about my area that I am interested in. Then let me hit the next button. Now Paint 3D has done its calculation and it has said that this is the area that it wants to retain. Now I notice that there are certain areas that are left out by Paint 3D. So I need to give it some help. I have two buttons here, Add and Remove. Let me go to the Remove option and mark it so that area is calculated again and removed, and this and this and this. Can you see the calculation by Paint 3D is far more accurate and it does it pretty quickly. Now let us see the final result. Let us go to Done. Now this is the end result. Now it might seem like there is not much done, but actually you can remove the subject from the background. Isn't that beautiful? Now you don't really have to do much. You can right click on this, go to Copy, go to PowerPoint, and then you can paste it. You can see that we have a nicely isolated image. When I go to right click, go to Format Background, and if I change the background color, you can notice that it has done a pretty decent job of isolating the subject. Now let me place this to one side and then let us select this background here, delete it, we don't really need it. Let us click on the subject, place it back on to the screen. Then let us go to Menu, go to Save As, go to Image, and we need to choose Save As type. I want to have, instead of JPEG image, PNG image because I want to retain the transparency. Once I select the image type as PNG, I can go to Transparency and check that option. Now you can see that we have the image and we have a transparent background. We can save it wherever we want. Let us say we want to call this model and say save. Let me remove this earlier one. Let us go to Insert, Pictures, this device, go to Desktop and let us pick up the model and say Insert. Now we have the image with isolated background. Paint 3D does a decent job of removing the background even from something that looks as complex as this. When I used Paint 3D, I got this result. Now, there is one small little issue that I find with Paint 3D. Whenever the edges are not really smooth, like in this case, you can see that we have hair here. When I go to the original image, you can find that there is hair. Paint 3D struggles a bit to do isolation of these areas. But for most cases that you might use in your presentation, Paint 3D does a pretty decent job of giving you a high resolution output, and it removes the background fairly quickly. So go ahead, give it a try, and let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. In the meantime, do you want to learn some simple and creative PowerPoint ideas you can use in your next presentation? Then click on the link here to join our 5-day free email course called 25 Creative PowerPoint Ideas. These are simple, quick, and useful PowerPoint ideas I have not shared elsewhere. So go ahead, click on the link, join the course, and I will see you inside.